NOLA, this is JCB Racing. 12 of our drivers have been seeded into the bracket, but 4 of our fastest drivers from last weekend's event in Birmingham have an automatic buy-in into round 2. But first up, 8 trucks are going to go head-to-head to get that spot, baby, into second round. I need to hear you, NOLA, if you're ready for JCB Racing. What?
You can see on the video board, that is our official racing bracket. In round 1, Mayhem, Thunder Horse, Lucas Stabilizer, and Zombie Classroom Crusher going up against Megalodon, and Vendetta going up against Avenger. You see the 4 drivers there in round 2 had that automatic advancement into round 2. So that is your official JCB Racing bracket. We're going to get set here for our first head-to-head matchup in the blue lane. Please welcome Colt Stevens, Thunderoris. And racing onto the gray lane, please welcome Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Our staging lights are at the far end of our race lanes there at the end zone. Outside yellow lights means our drivers need to fire their engines and head to the starting line. 2 yellow lights means they're staged and ready to go, and they'll be looking for that green light. We got Thunderoris to the line first, waiting the approach of Mayhem. It's time to go racing! Take a look at the video board. New Orleans, who do you think the winner is? We are going to go to our Monster Jam replay and our Monster Jam timing system. A great race there to kick things off in JCB Racing. Your winner is Mayhem. He clocks in a time of 21.688. We're going to move right along here to our second head-to-head matchup here in round 1 in the blue lane. Please welcome Bari Musauer, Zombie. And his opponent in the gray lane. Please welcome Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. They are currently 1-1 in head-to-head matchups here this season. The winner will advance on to see Joe Foley and Axe in round 2. It's time to go green! Super Glue to the action replay. Another great race here in round 1 of JCB Racing. This would be huge for points if Zombie was not able to move on and take the win for the series season's points chase, as Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger already has an advancement into round 2. Take a look at that right there. The winner is... it is Zombie, 21.307. These have been some very exciting and close races here in JCB Racing. We see El Toro Loco taking on Mayhem. We've got X now taking on Zombie, as we are going to get ready here to see our next head-to-head matchup here in just a moment. Well, you can see right now that our dirt crew is actually coming to hook Zombie again and potentially head out to the back. Now, Casey, you and I kind of talked about this in trackside.
Yeah, that's right. After the Monster Jam hit party, before the event even started, the track team hooked Zombie to get him off of the track, and as you can see behind us, they're doing the same thing after that first race. So we don't have a word on what's going on with Zombie, but I saw Zombie's crew chief, Julian Ramos, run down from crew seating. He's already run to the back in the pits. He's going to be waiting for that truck to get back there, and as soon as we hear anything, we will keep you guys updated. But this is going to be crucial when it comes to points. It's huge that Zombie won that first race because he is still in the racing competition. But Kay, if he's unable to compete in the rest of Monster Jam Racing, those are vital points on the line when he only has a 2-point lead. Absolutely. We could see a new leader here in the Series Seasons points chase if Zombie's not able to return back into the competition. Like I said, Gravedigger has an automatic advancement into round 2, so we'll see how that plays out. Thank you so much, Casey, and hopefully we'll get an idea of what's going on with Zombie. We're going to continue on here in the blue lane. Please welcome on in Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. And his opponent racing out of the gray lane. Please welcome Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. Classroom Crusher is 1-0 in head-to-head matchups here in the 2025 season. The winner will see Gravedigger and Tyler Menninga in round 2. We've got Classroom Crusher to the line first, waiting for Megalodon to get to the starting line here. And now you see those lights have reset themselves. That means our drivers need to restage themselves to the starting line. Classroom Crusher there to the line first, followed by Megalodon. Your winner advancing on, Classroom Crusher. Cannon Murphy, Classroom Crusher moving on to see Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger in round 2. You can take a look at the Super Glued to the Action replay up there on the video board with the fastest time of the night so far, 21.278. This is our last head-to-head matchup here in round 1. Racing out of the blue lane, please welcome Jim Kohler, Avenger. And racing out of the gray lane, please welcome Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Avenger is 2-0 in head-to-head matchups against Vendetta this season. And we'll see who will advance on to take on Jurassic Attack and Dalton Widener in round 2. The slow approach from Avenger, and we wait the arrival of Vendetta to the line. It's time to go! Mike Christensen, Vendetta advances on into round 2. Now, that blue lane on that last turn going up towards the finish line has given a couple of our drivers some issues. That might be something that you guys want to keep an eye out on as we continue through the rounds of racing. We're awaiting that official time for Vendetta, and there it is, a 21.442.
This is round 2 of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have made it to this round. And now they're going to compete against the 4 drivers who had that automatic buy-in all the way from last week, our fastest drivers. But only 4 can make it to the semifinal round. Let me hear you, Nola, if you're ready for more JCB Racing.
Advancing on into round 2 there in the blue lane, we've got Chris Kohler and Mayhem. And for the first time here tonight in the gray lane, please welcome Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Mayhem is currently 3-1 against El Toro Loco here in the 2025 season as they get ready to do battle. The winner will move on into your semi-final round. Your winner is El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco is your winner, and you will see a pretty different time there for Chris Kohler and Mayhem here in just a moment. He did receive a 5-second penalty, but still El Toro Loco, regardless, moves on into your semifinal round. So there is the official time. He clocks in a time of 21.252. We're moving on here in round two. Our next head-to-head matchup in the blue lane, advancing on into round two. We've got Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher. And we're seeing for the first time here tonight in the gray lane, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. They are 2-2 in head-to-head matchups this season here. The winner will move on and also break the tie here in head-to-heads for both of these competitors. We see them both on the starting line platform. Gravedigger to the line first, followed by the approach of Classroom Crusher. Your winner is Gravedigger. You see on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay in the blue lane, Classroom Crusher bumps the back tire, and we see the capitalization there from Gravedigger, 20.963. That's the fastest time of the night. And that little bump there on the back tire for Classroom Crusher cost him some crucial seconds there. Gravedigger takes full advantage and moves on to your semi-final round. Moving on here in our round two in the blue lane, we've got Mike Christensen and Vendetta advancing on here into round two. And let's welcome on in for the first time here tonight in the gray lane, it's Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack. Jurassic Attack is 3-0 against Vendetta here this season. The winner will see Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. Now, the winner of this matchup must get a time faster than 20.963 in order to receive lane choice in the semifinals against Gravedigger. Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. I know everyone has a different angle they saw from my angle. It looked like Dalton Widener. I saw some other people cheering on Vendetta here. Your winner is Jurassic Attack. Take a look there. 21.142 is the official time there. But Gravedigger will have lane choice in your semifinal round. We're going to get ready for our last head-to-head matchup here in round two. All right, in the blue lane, advancing on into round two, we got Zombie and Bari Musauer. And for the first time here tonight, please welcome in Joe Foley X. Winner will see El Toro Loco in the semifinal round. Bari Musauer is currently 3-0 against Axe here this season. They must beat a time faster than 21.252 to get lane choice against El Toro Loco. They are ready, they're set, it's time to go! Your winner is Axe. We are waiting to see if Zombie can go across the finish line. Otherwise, we will have a new series season's leader. He cannot. Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger now is your series season's points leader. 21.834 is the official time that has been locked in by Axe, and it will be El Toro Loco with your lane choice.
New Orleans, this is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our fastest four drivers have made it to this round, but only two can make it to the final round. Let me hear you if you're ready for more JCB Racing. Yeah, baby.
We've got our two drivers ready to battle it out. We've got in the blue lane, Dalton Weiner and Jurassic Attack. And in the gray lane, we've got Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger. Now, Gravedigger did have lane choice. He goes for the gray lane, pushes Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack in the blue lane. The blue lane has been causing some issues here for our drivers, so that's a strategy move there by Gravedigger. What a race by our Monster Jam drivers, Dalton Weiner and Tyler Miniga. So fast and so smooth around those corners. Take a look at the replay. Your winner is... It is Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack. What a race, 20.959. Jurassic Attack advances on to our JCB Racing final round and now clocks in the fastest time of the night. Well, what an incredible race we just saw here. Our next race coming up will determine who will see Jurassic Attack in your JCB Racing final round. In the gray lane, we've got Joe Foley X going up against, in the gray lane, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco has lane choice. He goes for the gray lane. The winner must need to get a time faster than 20.959 in order to receive lane choice. We've got El Toro Loco to the line first, followed by X. This is another close race between our Monster Jam drivers. Take a look at the replay. We are waiting for the official time brought to you by our Monster Jam timing system. Your winner will be Joe Jurassic Attack will have lane choice here in your JCB Racing Final round.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here with Havar and Angie. Oh boy, and they don't even know each other, but that's okay because I have something really cool. If you both can work together and answer this trivia question correct, I have 4 backstage passes to go behind the scenes and meet your favorite Monster Jam drivers. Does that sound good?
Good.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's turn around and let's see what that question is from Dalton Widener. Okay, so is it car keys dangling in the dashboard? Is it a phone app? Or saying please? I doubt that. Or is it B, designated switch? All right, you two got to work together. You think you know, right?
I think I know.
You think you know?
And I think I know it also.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and I'll let you decide.
I'm going to go ahead and say B.
B, you think it's right?
Yes, I'm going.
She's going with B. They're both going with it. Are they right? So cool. You guys won yourself backstage passes. Now, I know y'all don't know each other, so whoever I give this to, don't run off with it, all right? You guys get a chance to go back behind the scenes to meet the drivers. Kay has more info if you, as well, want to meet your favorite Monster Jam driver.
Absolutely. Following tonight's event, you can meet our 12 superstar drivers at the post-event meet and greet. You can scan the QR code up right now, and you can get all your information and tickets. Now, space is limited. This will not be available to everyone here inside the Caesars Superdome. Space is limited for the post-event meet and greet. Meet all your superstar drivers, get pictures and autographs, and scan that QR code for more information.
New Orleans, this is the final round of JCB Racing. Your fastest 2 drivers have made it to this round, but only one can take home the first 12 points of the evening. I need you to make some noise if you're ready to meet your final contenders.
In the blue lane, in his first JCB Racing Finals appearance, representing Team Scream from Leicester, Massachusetts, it's Joe Foley, X. And in the gray lane, he's got 4 JCB competition wins here this 2025 season, representing Team Throttle Monster from Knoxville, Tennessee. It's Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack. 12 points are on the line for our drivers here and bragging rights to kick things off here in our JCB Racing Final round. We've got Jurassic Attack coming to the line first, waiting for the approach of Joe Foley and Axe. We are ready to go racing! Your winner is Jurassic Attack! He collects his 5th JCB Racing Finals win here tonight in New Orleans. JCB Racing winner. There he is, collecting his first 12 points of the night. Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack, your JCB Racing winner!
He is excited. He's pumped up. Dalton, congratulations. I feel like we keep meeting like this. You're such a consistent player out here with Monster Jam Racing. You had the fastest pass time of the night. You clinched another victory. Talk to us about how you've got that consistency under your belt when it comes to this competition, and you mastered this track to clinch your 5th racing victory.
Oh, man, I don't know what's going on right now. I was in a little bit of a slump for a while, but, man, 2 weeks in a row getting a racing win, man, it feels good. I tell you what, I got a little lucky in the final round. I messed up in the first corner, and Joe Foley spun out, but, man, you take it when you can get it, right?
Well, these fans are absolutely loving the action, and there's a lot more coming their way. We have the skills challenge coming up next. Talk to us about some things that you're going to be trying or adjusting for the skills challenge to hopefully clinch another victory.
Man, hopefully I'm going to do the same thing I usually do, but, you know, add a little bit more flair to it. I'm going to balance this 12,000-pound dinosaur up on the front tires, dangle the steering wheel out the window, maybe even throw it. You never know. You see it on YouTube all the time, and people ask me for it, so might have to do it again here in Caesars Superdome, man. Oh, sorry. I am fired up right now. That's my bad. What y'all think? You ready for some more Monster Jam or what?
Take a look at our BKT overall event leaderboard. Jurassic Attack currently sits on top there with 12 points, followed by Axe with 11. Gravedigger sitting in 3rd. El Toro Loco, Classroom Crusher, and Vendetta round out your top 6. Well, our next competition is going to be Monster Jam Skills Challenge, and this is where our drivers will have 2 attempts to throw down their best tricks here. You, the fans, will be the ones to make the winner here using judgeszone.com as well. We're going to have that QR code popped up here in a little bit, but you can get ahead of the game here by scanning the QR code right now, judgeszone.com. You're going to see some poppers, stoppies, wheelies, bicycle, moonwalks. You never know what you're going to see. You might see a new invented move. You might even see some combinations as well. Monster Jam Skills Challenge is coming up next.
Monster Jam fan now with Chad and Blade. Oh boy, we're gonna have some fun, right? You having a good time, Blade?
Yes, sir.
Yes, he is. Okay, we're gonna play mini jams. So check out the TV right there. We have some racers on the line. We have El Toro Loco. We have Gravedigger and Megalodon. I believe Blade is going with, even though he has the El Toro Loco, his dad says that Megalodon is his favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, well, we will see if Megalodon wins. Let the races begin. They're racing. Okay, looks like El Toro Loco's in the lead. But wait a minute. What? Megalodon is the winner. Wow, man, you know what? You won yourself a really cool prize. This is a Megalodon Loop of Doom play set, toy set. It's really cool, very exclusive, and you guys can get your very own Spin Master wherever you buy your toys.
Well, don't forget, Monster Jam fans, to scan the QR code to donate to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. It's up on the video board right now. You can actually attach your donation to your favorite Monster Jam driver, and then during Monster Jam Freestyle, we will announce the St. Jude Children's Ambassador of the event. Also, during Monster Jam World Finals, we'll also announce the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital Ambassador of the Year as well. So if you can donate $1, maybe a couple dollars, whatever your heart can set to these kids and their families, make sure you do it right now by scanning that QR code and donate to St. Jude, and you can donate it under your favorite Monster Jam driver. Well, our next competition coming up is the Monster Jam Skills Challenge. And of course, this is your first opportunity to use judgeszone.com. And for more on that, let's throw it back to Jabari, who's in the stands.
That's right, Kay. I'm here with my buddy Germany here, and his dad is going to help him set up this whole scoring system. Now, everybody here, Monster Jam is completely unscripted. You, the fans, are going to score 50% of this next competition. We have an expert judge who will make up the other 50%. They're in the house somewhere, but right now I'm going to show you guys how this works. Everybody take out your cell phones, go to your browser, and go to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. We also have the QR code up on the Monster Jam video board. That will take you to judgeszone.com. Your city code is ORL. ORL is your city code on judgeszone.com. We have it wrapped around here on the banisters, and this is how it's going to work. Either myself or Kay will let you know when scoring is open. You will have 20 seconds to slide that BKT tire all the way up into the green to score the highest, or down into the red to score low. And then you guys, 20 seconds is all you have. Make some noise, Nola, if you're ready for more Monster Jam. Who that?
We're getting ready for our first competitor out to hit the track. It's Colt Stevens, Thunder Morris. Pops it into a popper, goes into a nose wheelie right now. You see those back tires waving left and right. He goes back into the moonwalk, sets it back down. One more attempt remaining.
Make some noise for Colt Stevens, Thunder Morris. Right now, New Orleans, it is time to head to that app, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores. You got 20 seconds.
All right, we saw the 2 attempts there for Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars. That second attempt, the popper off of the great racing ramp as well. First attempt, the best one out of the 2 in my opinion there, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm not scoring, you are at judgeszone.com. Scores are locked in. Let's see that score for Thunder Roars. You gave him a 6.240. Get those trucker horn signals going for the Cynthia Gauthier Lucas Stabilizer.
Make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier Lucas Stabilizer. Wow, I don't know if those were donuts or, as you guys call it, a beignet. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores.
That was one of the longest donuts I have seen in a long time. Take a look at the super glue, glued to the action replay there on the video board. Count the revolutions, the spins, and get those scores locked in there at judgeszone.com. Cynthia Gauthier throws down the donut, or like Jabari said, the beignet here. Time to get those scores in. Thunder Roars is your score to beat 6.240. Your scores are locked. Your score for Lucas Stabilizer is... Hey, we got a new leader, 7.454. So Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer now is your score to beat. She throws down the Monster Jam donut, and this is just a reminder, if you've not started scoring, use that QR code to log on to judgeszone.com or just log on to your web browser. Our drivers will have 2 attempts to throw down their best tricks, or just 1 attempt at a Monster Jam donut, like we just saw. Myself, Jabari, will let you know what you're seeing out on the track. We've seen a lot of combinations there. Colt Stevens throwing down a nice combination move, and then, of course, Cynthia Gauthier throws down the Monster Jam donut. So on deck, we've got Megalodon, Avenger, and Mayhem here. This is where we stand right now in our series season's points chase. Barbie Sour Zombie having some issues with the truck. He is back there in the pits, and now he has down to 3 points behind our new leader, Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger, who's now standing on top of the leaderboard in our series season's points chase. We're going to move on here to our third driver coming up. It's Kevin Crocker, Megalodon.
Let's hear it for Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
All pun intended, but my jaw just dropped there with the backflip corkscrew on the second. On the second attempt. Casey calling it the tuner roll there. What a move by Kevin Crocker. That is insane. Okay, we had the big wheelie there for the first attempt, and then the second one, it was a backflip. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat Lucas Stabilizer, 7.454. Your score for Megalodon is 8.615. We got a new leader. We are moving right along with our next driver up, Jim Kohler, Avenger. That was the bicycle attempt there for Jim Kohler and Avenger. One more attempt remaining.
Let's hear it for Jim Kohler, Avenger. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
We see the super glue glued to the action replay with the sky wheelie for Jim Kohler and Avenger. Nice vertical position there for him as well. Gets some nice air there off the ground as well. Jim Kohler, Avenger, his 2 attempts locked in. And now it's time for you to lock in here at JudgesZone.com. Score to beat Megalodon, 8.615. And your score for Avenger is, you gave him a 6.758. We're moving on to our 5th driver up. It's Chris Kohler, Mayhem. He gets himself vertical off the side of the trench box there at the Morgan & Morgan backflip. This will still be his first attempt. His wheels never lifted off. And this will be his first attempt. The nose wheelie. Back into a moonwalk, into a brief stoppie. One more attempt remaining for Chris Kohler in Mayhem. Finds his balance.
Make some noise for Chris Kohler, Mayhem. 20 seconds is on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
So we see the two attempts there, both off the Morgan & Morgan backflip. That second attempt, he's looking to find his balance there. Goes back into the popper, into a brief stoppie there. Maybe a little bit of a nose wheelie as well. Time to get those scores locked in at JudgesZone.com for Chris Kohler and Mayhem. Megalodon still the score to be 8.615. And your score for Mayhem is 7.023. Coming up next, we got Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. Popper into the stoppie. Look at the balance. Now moves into the nose wheelie. Starts to walk it out. One more attempt remains. Walks it back up the ski jump. Crawls it all the way back down.
Make some noise for Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. 20 seconds, that's how long you have to get those scores in. JudgesZone.com.
Two solid attempts there for Classroom Crusher. You take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Time to turn those cheers into some scores right now. JudgesZone.com. That second attempt off the ski jump, able to moonwalk it up over the ski jump. Time to get those scores in. Your score to beat Megalodon, 8.615. Classroom Crusher and Camden Murphy looking on. Your score is... Hey, we got a 27.83. So Classroom Crusher is now your score to beat and sits on top of the leaderboard, 8.783, followed by Megalodon, Lucas Stabilizer, Mayhem Avenger, and Thunderoris. We're going to move on here with our next driver up. It's Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Mike Christensen, Vendetta, our next driver up on deck. We still have Zombie, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, Axe, and Jurassic Attack. We got the slap wheelie from Vendetta. One more attempt remaining.
Let's hear it for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. 20 seconds are on the clock. What did you think, Nola? Lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
All right. You saw the two attempts there. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com for our Monster Jam driver, Mike Christensen and Vendetta. Few more seconds remaining here. Scores are locked in. Your score for Vendetta is 6.258. All right. Time to look at the leaderboard right now for the skills competition. Classroom Crusher is your score to beat, followed by Megalodon, Lucas Stabilizer, Mayhem, Avenger, and Vendetta. Round out your top six.
Have been working hard to get Zombie back in action, and as you can see behind me, Zombie looks whole, but probably 10, 15, 20 minutes ago, Zombie was literally in pieces. So in the racing competition, I know that you saw that Zombie was having some trouble out there on the track. It ended up being the front differential, which is also known as the third member. This component is right in the center of the front housing, and it's kind of tricky to access because you have to remove everything to get to it. You have to take out the wheels, the BKT tires, the hub, the planetaries. You have to remove the drive shaft. Everything kind of plugs into the third member. So typically it takes about 30 or 40 minutes to replace that. But as you can see behind me, that truck is already good to go. It looks like they're just finishing up some things. They took out the old one, they put in the new one, they put everything back in. I actually just talked to Julian Ramos, who is the crew chief for Zombie, and he said, listen, me and Bari, we're zombies. continues. That means we always get back up. So they are determined to get back in the competition. We talked about points earlier today, but the point chase is on. It is intense in the chase for the series championship. So this team has been working hard back here to get Zombie back in the skills challenge.
Casey, thank you so much for that update. It sounds promising for all the Zombie fans here, and wow, he's going to need it because he is 3 points behind here in the series season's point standing. With him having to go back and not being able to finish that race, Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger takes full advantage and now sits on top of the leaderboard with 495 points. Now keep in mind, fans, that the winner of our series season's championship will get an automatic bid to Monster Jam World Finals 24. So this is huge for bragging rights. A lot of these drivers looking for their first series season's championship, including Zombie. But Gravedigger and Tyler Menninga would receive his 7th if he got it this season. So a lot of highlights, a lot of accolades would be coming to his name as well. So keep that in mind as you continue to watch this play out here for Stadium Championship Series East. Coming up next, we got Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. Take a look at the stoppie with the brief pause. One more attempt remaining for Gravedigger. Bicycle.
Make some noise for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. 20 seconds are on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. Judges Zone, judgeszone.com.
So we see the bicycle and he tries to transfer the weight there from the right side to the left side. Take a look at the replay though, that first attempt there on the video board. And in a moment we'll show you the second attempt here by Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. There's the second attempt. Scores are locked. Your score to beat: Classroom Crusher 8.783. Your score for Gravedigger is, you gave him a score of 8.359. Coming up next, we got Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
Let's hear it for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
We see the popper nose wheelie and a little extra special there with the smoke coming out of the Crazy Bull's nose. Time to get those scores locked in. Take a look at the super glued to the action replay there. Time to see what you think about those two attempts. Score to beat Classroom Crusher 8.783. Your score for El Toro Loco is. You gave him a score of 8.081. Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, not too excited about that score for him. Classroom Crusher will remain on top of the leaderboard, 8.783. Armando Castro sits in fourth there with El Toro Loco with an 8.081. On deck, we still have Zombie X and Jurassic Attack. Coming up next, we got Joe Foley, X.
Make some noise for Joe Foley, X. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
Looks like there's some issues there with Joe Foley and Axe. Usually he goes for that slap wheelie and is able to achieve it pretty easily, even adding in some of that kind of extra moves there with the slapping it down and then going back into the slap wheelie again. So we'll have to wait to see what's going on with Joe Foley and Axe. We saw the big sky wheelie there as well. Scores are locked in. Your score for Joe Foley and Axe is. You gave him a score of 5.925. So Joe Foley and Axe heads to the back. We'll get an update on what's going on with him. Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher still your score to beat. 8.783. Kevin Crocker with that wild corkscrew backflip currently sits in second. Tyler Menengut and Gravedigger with two solid runs there sits in third. El Toro Loco as well with two solid attempts sits in fourth. Lucas Stabilizer and Mayhem round out your top six. Two more trucks remain, Zombie and Jurassic Attack. They worked hard to get him back into the competition. Barry Musauer, Zombie.
Let's hear it for Bari Musauer Zombie. Lock in those scores, 20 seconds. Let us know what you think, judgeszone.com.
All right, must be Send It Saturday, because Bari Musauer sends it to the Sky Air for the big Sky Wheelie. Time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat, Classroom Crusher 8.793. New Orleans, let me see that score for Zombie. 8.257, puts him in fourth. We have one more driver remaining before you crown a winner. It is Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack. You can see him transferring that weight there on the front. That's really hard on those Monster Jam trucks, but a really hard feat to do. One more attempt remains here for Jurassic Attack. The nose wheelie. There is no steering wheel. He threw the steering wheel out already. No steering wheel is being used right now in the making of this second attempt.
Make some noise for Jurassic Attack, Dalton Weiner. Lock in those scores, judgeszone.com. You got 20 seconds.
All right, let's see where that steering wheel landed there for Dalton Weiner and Jurassic Attack. Our last competitor here goes to pick up the steering wheel. There it is on the other side. That's why I couldn't see it. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. No steering wheel used for that second attempt. Wow. All right. Scores are locked. Your score to beat, Classroom Crusher and Camden Murphy, 8.783. Your score for Jurassic Attack is 7.874, which means your winner of the Skills Challenge, Camden Murphy Classroom Crusher.
Camden, congratulations for snagging the 12 points for this competition. We will see a truck do a nose wheelie in the skills competition, but adding your own flair and style, walking it all the way up and back down the ski ramp, that is the control and the wow factor these fans want to see.
Yeah, you know what? These New Orleans Monster Jam fans are tough, and that judge is also tough too. So, man, we got to lay it all out on the line, take these 12,000-pound Monster Jam trucks and do the best we possibly can with them. But you got to think about it. That is a 12,000-pound, 1,500 horsepower Monster Jam truck sitting there, bouncing up on the front two tires, and man, it is tricky to try to walk it all the way up. But man, that's what we got to do to win here at Monster Jam, and that's what we did.
There is so much history here in the Caesars Superdome with Monster Jam fans. These fans love the action, but we've got one more competition left. Talk to us about how you're going to heat things up for freestyle.
Man, we had a little bit of a rough weekend last weekend. So I tell you what, we're coming out early for Monster Jam Freestyle. But you know what? All the history and all you New Orleans Monster Jam fans deserve the absolute best. And I'm going to give it to you guys. And I'm going to drive that Monster Jam truck till it can't drive anymore. You guys ready for some Monster Jam Freestyle?
All right, you see where we stand right now on our BKT overall event leaderboard. A tie for first, Classroom Crusher and Gravedigger with 20 points going into the second half, and Jurassic Attack only 1 point behind them in third right now. It has been an exciting first half of Monster Jam action. Congratulations, Dalton Weiner, Jurassic Attack, our JCB Racing winner, and Classroom Crusher, our skills competition winner. Well, right now, this is halftime. Be sure to head up to the concourse, grab your official Monster Jam merchandise, and then meet us right back here because Monster Jam Freestyle is our last competition coming up next.
We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. This is the Monster Jam Freestyle, baby. Everybody, this is Freestyle, baby. Let's go.
He lands the Morgan and Morgan backflip. 25 seconds left on the clock.
Let's make some noise for Dalton Weiner. Jurassic Attack. Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores. 20 seconds.
All right. He kicks things off here in our Monster Jam Freestyle Competition. Lands the Morgan to Morgan backflip. Has some nice momentum, nice flow there. You take a look at the Super Glued to the Action replay. That is your highlight package from each of our drivers. Scores are locked in. Your score for Jurassic Attack. You gave him a score of 8.264. So he kicks things off here in Monster Jam Freestyle, sets the precedent, 8.264. That is the score to beat. Now moving into this competition, we got a two-way tie. Classroom Crusher and Gravedigger both stand with 20 points. Right behind them, though, 1 point behind is Jurassic Attack, who now currently has that 8.264. We're going to move right along. Coming up next, we got Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. Clock is paused at 6 seconds. He lands the Morgan and Morgan backflip. Still has the green light to continue on.
Make some noise for Kevin Crocker, Megalodon. 20 seconds are on the clock. Let's lock in those scores right now. JudgeshZone.com.
Kevin Crocker, Megalodon throwing down a nice freestyle here as our second competitor hit the track here in our freestyle competition. Get those scores locked in at JudgeshZone.com right now. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat Jurassic Attack, 8.264. Your score for Megalodon is 7.986. Coming up next, we got Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher.
Make some noise for Camden Murphy, Classroom Crusher. Let's lock in those scores right now. JudgesZone.com, you got 20 seconds.
Pretty solid run there for Camden Murphy and Classroom Crusher, but just a little too much there on the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Rolls over, tries to save it, just can't get enough grip on that front BKT tire. Time to get those scores locked in. JudgesZone.com, our third competitor. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat Jurassic Attack 8.264. Your score for Classroom Crusher is, give him a 7.710. Well, now it's time to do a little Monster Truck Parts 101. We're going to send it to KCG, who's in Crew City.
That's right, Kay. This is a fierce, intense competition, but also we want to help educate our fans. And today, we're going to be talking about this right here. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I'm going to give you some clues. You'll find one of these in each of the four corners of the truck. It's inside the hub, and it works with other components to help move the wheel. This is either a sun gear or an outer axle, okay? Those are your options, either a sun gear or an outer axle. Now, Jabari, I know you're hanging up in the stands with some of our fans, and you have one fan that wants to put their Monster Jam knowledge to the test. What do they think?
Yeah, I got a couple of cousins here, Casey. Okay, you heard her. What do you think it is? What is that again, Casey?
Either a sun gear or an outer axle. A sun gear or an outer axle. Those are our options.
Sun gear or outer axle. What do you think it is?
A sun gear.
Sun gear?
Sun gear.
They both think it's a sun gear. It does kind of look like a sun a little bit, Casey. Yeah.
It sure does. And you know what? They are correct. This is a sun gear. That's right. If you look at those big BKT tires, they have the hub inside of them. Then there's the bull gear. Then there's the planetary. And the planetary has all these gears that work together. Inside is the sun gear. It's right in the center. And the outer axle plugs in right to the center of that. So congratulations, guys. Great job. This is a sun gear.
That's why she's the pit reporter, and I'm with you guys. Congrats.
Congratulations to those two. We're going to continue on with our Monster Jam Freestyle competition with our next driver up, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Make some noise for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Scoring is now open. It is time for you to lock in and get those scores at judgeszone.com. Filled in for Mike Christensen and Vendetta. Code is ORL. You can start scoring now if you've not scored throughout this entire Monster Jam event. This is the perfect time to get those scores locked in. And we're taking a look there. We just saw it a moment ago. The super glue glued to the action replay. The highlight reel for Vendetta. Scores are locked in. Your score for Vendetta is 7.669. On deck, we have Zombie, X, Mayhem, and El Toro Loco. We got our next driver up. It's Barmy Sauer, Zombie.
Let's hear it for Barry Musauer, Zombie. 20 seconds, scoring is open. Lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
I think we all thought he might be able to save it there at the very end. Take a look at the replay. Barry Musauer, Zombie, of course, lands the Morgan and Morgan backflip and then just tips over. Tries to save it right there. I thought he was going to make it. And then just a little too much, actually. Lands him on his lid. Time to get those scores locked in. Judgeszone.com. Score to beat. A Jurassic Attack 8.264. Your score for Zombie is... We got a new leader. 8.644.
Monster Jam fans, it's time for us to have a little bit of fun. We're going to spin the Monster Jam wheel. Let's put it up and let's see where it lands. Wherever it lands, we going to do the thing. In other words, we're going to do it. It's the DJ cam. Up, no, drummer cam. Everybody, let's get out those drumsticks and let's play. Okay, hold on a second. We got to spin the wheel again. Let's see what else is on this thing, and let's see where it lands. Put up the wheel, spin it. It's the flex cam. Everybody, if you want to be on the Monster Jam big screen, let's see them. Oh, yeah. So much fun spinning that wheel. Everybody, it's time to get back to it. Make some noise if you're ready for more freestyle. Yeah, baby.
Our next driver up, it's Joe Foley, X.
Make some noise for Joe Foley, X. Lock in those scores, New Orleans, judgeszone.com, 20 seconds.
So keep in mind, he did not fulfill the 60-second clock. There will be a 1-point deduction. So you'll see your score, you'll see the expert judges score, and then you will notice there'll be a 1-point deduction as well. So keep that in mind here as you're getting those scores locked in at judgeszone.com while we take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Your scores are in for Joe Foley and Axe. Keep in mind that 1-point deduction as we take a look at the video board for your score. There it is, a 6.077.
He is currently leading the freestyle competition. It is Bari Musauer, driver of Zombie. Bari, you laid down a fantastic freestyle run out here. I know that earlier today your crew did a lightning fast swap on the differential on your truck. I know you felt like you needed to come out here and lay it down for these fans, but also for your crew.
Absolutely. You know, we've had a rough couple weeks with a lot of mechanical issues, but you know what? We needed some redemption here tonight in freestyle, and we got it. How about backflips on a Saturday night in New Orleans? Let's hear it!
I gotta say, say, these New Orleans fans, and maybe it's because there's so much history here and so many of them have come so many times, they know what they're watching out here. They've been a little tough on the scores.
Yeah, you know, we're chasing these championship points right now. Tyler Meninga is probably one of the best drivers on the planet. So to be even in contention with him, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, my crew chief, Julian, he turns the wrenches. He makes sure the truck's 100% ready to go. And we're having a blast. New Orleans, do you want to see some more freestyle? Let me hear you make some noise.
Zombie is the score to beat, 8.644 here in our freestyle competition. Jurassic Attack currently sitting in second. Megalodon, Classroom Crusher, Vendetta, and Axe round out our 6 competing drivers. There we got 6 more here. Mayhem, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Avenger on deck. A 2-way tie as we enter into Monster Jam Freestyle. Remember, you will pick freestyle winner, but our overall event champion as well. We're going to continue on here with our next driver up, Chris Kohler, Mayhem.
Make some noise for Chris Kohler, Mayhem. Lock in those scores right now. JudgesZone.com, 20 seconds.
Time to get those scores in as we take a look at that replay here. Almost saves it here at the very end. Chris Kohler, Mayhem, has some wild moves there here in freestyle. Get those scores locked in, JudgesZone.com. He is our 7th driver here to attack the track here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Your scores are locked in. Score for Mayhem is 5.647.
Okay, New Orleans, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I have not done this yet at any Monster Jam event, but since I'm a Louisiana boy, I got to do it. So we're going to do something I call roll call. When I call your city, I need you to get as loud as you can, starting with New Orleans Parish. Let me hear you. Okay, we got some in here. Metairie, where you at? Okay, all right, let's go a little bit further. Kenner. Yeah, how about the West Bank? Anybody? Yeah. New Orleans East. Okay, there's a few of us in there. Let's go a little bit further. Covington. Wow, you guys drove across the pond. Wow. Ponchatoula. Wow. Yeah, okay, a little bit further. Laplace. Y'all are in the house, driving the distance. I love it, I love it. Okay, let me see if I can think of another one here. How about Slidell? Wow, this whole section over here, that's really cool. Okay. Let's go a little bit further. Let's squeeze this thing out. Baton Rouge. Y'all made the 2-hour journey. Amazing. Let's go a little bit further. One more. Waveland to Biloxi, Mississippi. If you're here, let me hear ya. Love it. Now I need everybody as loud as you can. If you're ready for freestyle, let me hear you scream, who dat? Let's get it going, baby.
He has got them hyped. Jabari Thomas in the building. Here we go. Freestyle competition leaderboard. Barbie Zombie is the score to beat as we continue on here in freestyle. That is an 8.644, and that is the target on his back here as we continue on with our next driver up. Our 8th driver to attack the track is Armando Castro, El Toro Loco.
Make some noise for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Let's lock in those scores right now. JudgesZone.com, 20 seconds.
I thought he had it as the save here. Armando Castro, El Toro Loco takes the tumble right there. Thought he was going to be able to grab it there, and unfortunately just rolls over there. Nonetheless, get those scores locked in. JudgesZone.com. For your 8th driver here, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Score to beat is Zombie. 8.644. Your score for El Toro Loco is 6.050.
Well, I'm hanging out with Chris Kohler, driver of Mayhem. And Chris, I want to talk to you about freestyle because this is a competition where really you just get to make this entire track your Monster Jam playground. So talk to us about how you approach this competition and kind of how you map everything out.
Well, unfortunately tonight I didn't really get to do anything I had planned. Truck gave out on us instantly, lost rear steer. There's not much you can do. I mean, Tyler knows he's been fighting it all year. I guess he must have passed his gremlins along to me, but you never really can make a full plan. There's only so much to hit, you know, and you always get bounced around every which way. So the best thing you can do is kind of plan out certain moves that you think are awesome, and kind of as you go, you line up for one, oh, I can hit this, I can hit that. You know, there's no real plan. You're not going like 1, 2, 3, 4, honestly.
When it comes to this competition, there's a lot of different components that come into Monster Jam. Of course, it's what you can do as a driver, but also sometimes you have to work with what you got. And you mentioned that the rear steer was broken. Talk to us about how, as a driver, sometimes you just have to make it work out there on the track, even if your truck isn't cooperating with you.
Well, I've always said it, and I'll continue to say it. Team Scream has the toughest trucks out there, but unfortunately, there's little components that fail, you know, and it's could take a little 2-cent park and take the toughest truck in the world and turn it into a piece of junk. And yeah, really all you can do is just keep going. You know, I can't just stop. You fans paid good money for a show. We're going to give you a show. If it ain't going to be me burning it down tonight, it's going to be Tyler. It's going to be Camden. Got a couple more trucks. It's going to be a good night.
And last question for you. We travel all over the world with Monster Jam, but New Orleans is always a favorite. How excited are you to be back here in New Orleans?
I absolutely love it. The city is so much fun. The atmosphere is amazing. I probably put a good 40-hour shift on Bourbon Street this week alone. But yeah, this place is absolutely beautiful. The people here are beautiful. You guys rule. Unfortunately, I got gremlins here, but we'll figure it out. Next year, we'll come back. We'll do it even bigger.
So beautifully said. We got a lot more trucks coming up in Monster Jam Freestyle in just a few moments.
Our VKT overall event leaderboard up on the video board. 20 points apiece there for Gravedigger and Classroom Crusher. They are tied for first here in our overall event points chase. Jurassic Attack currently sitting in third. El Toro Loco, though, Zombie and Megalodon are your top 6. On deck, we've got Gravedigger, Avenger, Lucas Stabilizer, and Thunder Aurorus yet to freestyle here tonight. On the count of 3, I need you to say Gravedigger. 1, 2, 3.
What a run from Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. Locking those scores. What did you think, New Orleans? JudgesZone.com.
2 big saves for the man right there, Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. We had that sidewall donut save there, and then that very end for Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. take a look at the replays there up on the super glue, glued to the action replay. Your score to beat Zombie, 8.644. Your score for Gravedigger is 9.164. We got a new leader. All right, you see that replay there on the video board. Two great saves there for Tyler Minigan, Gravedigger. Now he stands on top of the leaderboard with a huge score, 9.164. Barnaby Sauer Zombie now pushed down to second. Jurassic Attack now pushed down to third. We've got our fourth place right now. Kevin Crocker, Megalodon, Classroom Crusher. Cameron Murphy sitting in fifth and Vendetta in sixth. On deck, we still have Avenger, Lucas Stabilizer, and Thunder Oris. Our next driver up, it's Jim Kohler, Avenger.
Make some noise for Jim Kohler, Avenger. Scoring is open. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com, 20 seconds.
All right, we saw the run there for Jim Kohler and Avenger. Just unfortunately ending his run a little short there with the big rollover. Now it's time for you to decide at JudgesZone.com. Scores are locked. Your score for Avenger is 4.483.
Monster Jam fans, I'm here with Sharon, and we're going to play something called the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle, okay? Check out, can you see the board over here? Let's go down a little bit further. And it's on the screen right now, the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. And this is how it's going to work, okay? We're going to put a trophy underneath the middle helmet. Keep your eyes on it. Watch. Keep your eyes. You got it. Oh, it's not done yet. Psych. All right. Wow. Okay. Everybody's trying to tell you what it is and what they think. Do you think you know what it is?
1.
He says it's 1. Okay. All right. Let's see if he's right. Let's unveil 3. Up. Okay. Gotta be under 1. You know what? Proof is in the pudding. Here you go, my friend. You got won yourself a little trucking pal, El Toro Loco. Thank you so much for playing the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle.
That's right. You can scan to donate right there, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Of course, we're going to let you know who the St. Jude Ambassador of the Night. So far, you can see where we are right now. Tyler Miniga Gravedigger has 50% and is tied with Chris Kohler and Mayhem. So you still have a couple more minutes there to get your donation into your favorite Monster Jam driver. You can attach your donation to your favorite Monster Jam driver. Of course, all the proceeds go to the families of the children of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. No family pays for a medical bill, food, shelter, anything that they need is covered by St. Jude. It is a great cause. Don't forget to donate right now. Scan that QR code, and you can attach your donation to your favorite driver, and we will claim the St. Jude Children's Ambassador of the Day.
Monster Jam fans, a quick reminder to follow us on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and hello to our YouTube subscribers watching from all over the world. Make sure you follow us and hit that subscribe button and the like button. We'll see you all at Monster Jam.
Get those trucker horn signals going for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. Clock is paused right now for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Sounds like the power got shut off there for Stabilizer. She still has the green light though. She's getting a chance to refire right now by our Monster Jam officials. Waiting to see what is going on here. They're gonna check the power switch, which is located right behind the fuel cell. They're gonna check that to make sure that the power is on. She's getting the sign to refire one more time. The power switch must be good if they're telling her to refire. She would not receive a score if she has to be trucked out. And it looks like her run is done. She did not fulfill 30 seconds. New Orleans, let's make some noise. Show her some love, though, for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Give her some love. Take a look at the video board. We are going to crown a winner here tonight here in the St. Jude Children's Research Ambassador of the Night. Within that moment of us talking about St. Jude, you have come through for us. Look at that. Bari Musauer Zombie, your St. Jude Ambassador of the Night with 35% of the donations going to his name. We have one driver remaining left here in Monster Jam Freestyle. You're about to crown a freestyle winner and an overall event champion here in just a moment. Our next driver coming up will be Colt Stevens in Thunder Roars. But on the count of 3, I need you to roar as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3! What a way to end Monster Jam Freestyle. Lands a Morgan backflip. Has some massive air at the back end of the run. Tries to save it. There he is. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Here you can take a look at the Super Glued to the Action replay here. Scores are locked. Your score to beat Gravedigger 9.164. Your score for Thunder Roars is 8.306, which means your freestyle winner, Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. We're going to add those 12 points to his total. Was it enough to become our overall event champion? There you see, with a total of 32 points, your BKT overall event champion is Gravedigger Tyler Menninga.
Tyler, congratulations. I know you're excited to be taking home the overall event championship, but not just that. You took home the freestyle victory, and over the last couple weeks, I know you've been frustrated because you've been dealing with some gremlins, but that's the kind of freestyle you've been looking to lay down.
Yeah, you know what? I've been looking for that kind of a freestyle all season long. That truck for the last couple months has been giving us nothing but trouble. But right now, I think we got all of our problems fixed. We walked away with a freestyle win, much needed, and not only that,
that Stadium Series points lead, baby. And I can tell you guys one thing. This Gravedigger freight train isn't stopping anytime soon. New Orleans, did you guys have fun at Monster Jam?
Congratulations there to our overall event champion, Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger.
Hey, New Orleans, who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Yeah, who that say they gonna beat them Saints? Uh-huh.
Well, hey, we were back in your hometown of New Orleans, and Jari, it's been an exciting night of Monster Jam, hasn't it?
It's been so incredible being in my home, I would say state. I grew up in Shreveport, Louisiana, but it's so good to be in my home state for the first time for Monster Jam. New Orleans definitely showed out. You heard, baby?
Oh, yeah, they showed up and showed out for sure. And so did our Monster Jam drivers. Congratulations there to all of our winners here. And, of course, our overall event champion, one more time, Tyler Menninga and Gravedigger. It's been an exciting night. We are headed to where? You remember where we're going?
Boy, let's see.
We're Foxborough.
Boston,
We're
yeah.
heading to Foxborough, Massachusetts this coming weekend. Of course, catch us on YouTube and MAV TV. On behalf of KCG and Jabari Thomas, I'm Kay Young. We hope you had fun. We hope to see you at our next Monster Jam.